Alright, so here's our version of Tears in Rebirth. So the main difference between ours and Saul's version is that, well, the big difference is that we run Eagle. Uh, Now, Giant Eagle allows us to, well, when in combination with Naruto, we mill through our deck and we can select cards that we want. Jutsu if we're going against a rush deck, or in general Tears, so that we can hit on turn 4 every single time. Deployment of Naruto and Eagle, generally speaking, wins us the game. It seems counterintuitive to run Eagle because it says your discard pile can't be affected by effects, so you can't play Tears and copy Ghetto Art and have Eagle on the field. The way that we get rid of Eagle is we play the Naruto path. Sacrifice, you can sacrifice a client or a ninja. It's very important to be able to get rid of him, and this is the way that we did it. Naruto path is also super kinky because he negates, well, he doesn't allow you to play mission negation, turn 3 mission negation, activate effects. Like if you're running a revitalized deck, your Naruto can't activate while he's on the field during an even turn. It's just a really fucking good combo. This is why this deck, in my opinion, is better. We call it auto Tears, really, because you just, as soon as you have Naruto Eagle, you find everything that you need, and you hit on turn 4 and it can't be negated. So as for our actual deck profile, obviously 3 Eagles. We run a more defensive build, so we're not looking to win by any other means than Tears. So our deck is super consistent about hitting Tears, and it tested super well, although we didn't do as well as we wanted to. Shyman says, "Can suck my dick." Tintin, discard a card from your hand. We have a bunch of big ninjas in our deck. We don't need them in our hand. Also helps with little mill. Hotaru does the same thing, basically, just to get cards that we don't need out of our hands and to help us draw into missions and stuff like that. Choji, since our build is anti-rush, Choji is a great anti-rush card. You swing, he gets bigger. You stop swinging, eventually it's beautiful. And our tech card of Tofu bumps up your opponent's mission cards by +1, is super huge, very underrated card. Slows down rush decks, which is all we're concerned about, because if we make it to turn 4, chances are you're going to lose the game. Now I go to the ones. Obviously we run 3 Narutos, because it's a staple of the deck. You can't really mill your deck fast enough without Naruto in the deck. 2 Tamaris, because we want to be more defensive, rush decks, heavy jutsu decks, we need to play Tamari. I probably Shika's Decision Tamari more than any other card in my deck, and oftentimes I chump her just to play her again, to stop you from doing anything I don't want to see, Fang's Rush, that sort of thing. Karin, we mainboarded this because we were afraid of Tintin pickup. Moves the card from their discard pile to the chakra area, they can't pick it up. We didn't see that. It was a wasted card in our tournament, so it sucks, but I wouldn't change it. It was still a very safe card, very anti-meta. 3 Necropaths for the combo. Shino, look at your hand, pluck a card. Just good in general, look at our hand if we don't have what we need, and exchange a card. It's a good card. I would have rather ran the No Search Shino after the tournament was over, because this didn't really help us as much, but I don't think, I mean, One Suigetsu, wish we had run more. We're not afraid of Shyman, we're afraid of Shyman Says. Shyman Says was there. I lost game 1 versus the Shyman Says deck because I didn't run 2. Suigetsu got battle rewarded. It's unfortunate. Shikamaru, another underrated card, should have been ran in the previous Tears build, no question. Pay 1 chakra if you have another Earth Ninja on your field, and move 3 cards from your discard pile to your deck. If you mill over your Tears, or in our case, if we mill over Eagles, put them back in the deck. The only one problem is that if Eagle's on the field, you can't activate it, or you can't use that part of the effect, but I mean, this was preventative if we missed Eagle card, and it was really successful. I regret citing this out sometimes in certain games.
Don't forget that Shika also shuffles it. It doesn't just move.
Oh yeah, it
moves. It also shuffles the deck. It
shuffles the deck as well, which is really good after we've hit as well. It stops you from decking out. We ran only 5 Jutsu. Gigantic fan. I wish we could run 5 of them. Pay 1 wind. Everyone stands by. It's a great card for our deck. Very preventative. Wind Style Vacuum Blade. You know, I wish there was another choice for this, but we wanted to increase the win count so that, you know, we could just draw into cost for Tears if we needed to, if we're, you know, had to play a bunch of jutsu. I mean, it's a pretty good card. Sometimes we'd play it and we'd OV our opponent, and our deck is not made to OV. It is a great feeling to OV when you never OV. Our Mission Curve, 3 Never Ending Love. It's a great card. It's worse in other people's decks because you know, organization is actually kind of important around turn 3, turn 4. But for us, you know, we're just chump blocking for as long as possible and draw 3 cards. We needed to increase our hand size. This card really made this version of the deck possible. 3 Shikamaru's Decisions, because this card is great. You know, draw 1 if you search a female, search your deck based on mental power, search out Naruto, search out whatever, charge chakra. It's a great card. My only problem with this is I often search out females over males just because I wanted to draw, but again. Loss. We were thinking about Student Sensei, but since we were running wind jutsu, we wanted more wind costs in our chakra area, and I mean, I don't regret it. I played it once in the tournament. Most of the time it was a card cost for Never Ending Love, so. 3 Sakura's Tears for the combo. You need 3. Sometimes we'd end up with 3 whenever we hit, and we just spam it to bring Datara back for more battle rewards. Yeah. 2 Ghetto Arts, we only needed 2. We found that with 2, the deck is consistent enough. It ends up in the discard pile. Eagle, something that I forgot to mention, protects your discard pile from effects. Most everything that hurts Tears in Rebirth affects your discard pile. Eagle says no to that. Turn 4 deployment of Naraka still stops odd turn effects, so you can't Karn even on the turn that we hit. Beautiful. To our big ninjas. Our big ninjas are similar to Saul's build. It was a great series of ninja, in my opinion. This combo, blow up Datara, bring him back, is beautiful. Is beautiful. And first Hokage to make sure that you don't swing ever. Although I ended up encountering more tree ninjas than I really expected to see. But yeah, great. All these were cards. So we bumped up the first Hokage back up to 2 from VZ's build because we wanted to hit it every single game and pretty much did. And then our tech big ninja is the Diva path, which combos really well, obviously, with the Naraka path. This means that you can never activate odd turn effects or play odd turn missions. Great combo, stops you from doing a lot of things, especially like activating Datara against another Tears deck. This is, you know, killer combo. There's not much that you can do about it. And when we sideboard in our 7 Tails, then you can't activate Suigetsu ever. Great. It's just great. Our sideboard in 7 Tails every single game. If it only if they discard Shyman, he comes into play first, stops that. With this card, Diva, and the first Hokage, there's really not much that you can do. One Suigetsu, I wish we had sided another one, but we didn't realize Shyman Says was meta, so it is what it is. 2 no search Shinos, because we don't want you to search for your Shyman, or search in general. Decks that play Axis of Evil, can't play that, can't play Shika's Decision, stops a lot of things. It's a great card. I wish I'd mainboarded this, honestly. Shizune, if you have a tree user, I don't want you to swing at all. Or if, you know, it gets down to it and something went wrong along the way, helps stall out for a little bit. Neji stops activated effects. Kushina Pip deck, stop Kushina, although we didn't encounter that. Stops Pakun. Just in general, a good sideboard card, just in case there's something an activated effect that you don't want them to use. 1 Shyman, we cited this because we were expecting Talbis. That didn't come. Regret. So much regret with this card. I wish I didn't cite this. Tamari, Perm Earth, more regret. Arcane, Pakun, we didn't even see Pakun. And then for Telbeast decks in general, didn't encounter Telbeast deck. Apparently there's one there, like a turn, the original Telbeast deck. Didn't happen. And our only reinforcement was Heretical Icon, because that's all we needed. So that's our build. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask it. But definitely build this deck and try it out, and then find out how quickly you'll enjoy not playing this deck, because it should be banned because it's not fun.